So let's go ahead and start combining mathematical operators and the variables that we've learned. So for anyone that's taking algebra before, you've learned that letters can represent numbers. And we're going to go ahead and do a few math problems here. They're not going to be terribly difficult, but we'll say x is equal to, we'll assign it the value of 4, okay? And then we'll assign y a value of 2. All right, so after that, I'm going to say, let's say a is equal to x plus y. So really a is equal to 6, because 4 plus 2 is 6. And then we'll come up with another one. Let's say b is equal to x minus y. And then we'll make another variable called c, and we'll assign it, we'll say x times y. We'll make a fourth one called d, and say d is equal to x divided by y with a forward slash. And then we'll say e, we'll assign that the value of x to the y power. Okay, we learned each of these operations already, but now we're throwing variables at it. So x plus y is 6. So I'm just going to make a comment next to it, and it should say like, hey, this should equal 6. And let's see what this one is. It's just a comment that I'm adding next to it, what I think it should be. 4 minus 2, that should equal 2. Remember, comments, the computer skips over, so it's not going to read these things in green right here. X times y, 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm just going to say that's 8. 4 divided by 2, that should give me 2. And then 4 to the second power, 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so those are what I think the answers are going to be. I could be wrong, but those are what I think the answer is going to be. And if I were to print, right, let's say print A, and then I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Print B, C, D, and E. And now let's replace it. So B, easy just to copy and paste things sometimes. And that's the nice thing about programming is you can copy and paste things from your own code. Not from other people's code, but from your own code. And once we're done here, we're going to take a look. Okay, we're going to print out the value A, B, C, D, E. So the answers should show up 6, 2, 8, 2, and 16. And just to avoid confusion, I'll take out these comments so that way you don't think I'm like trying to change the answer or anything like that, right? To avoid confusion. And I'm going to run it. And sure enough, I get 6, 2, 8, 2, and 16. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. And we already did 4 plus 2 is 6. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then 4 to the second power is 16. So that's how you would use those operations and those operators with variables. Know that variables can store strings, integers, floats, Boolean, whatever that you want. But if you want to actually manipulate them using mathematical operators, you need to have either an integer or a float. If you try adding two strings together, that's going to give you concatenation. Right? If you try subtracting or multiplying, dividing, it's not going to know what you're trying to do if you're using strings. So just throwing that out there, I wanted to make sure we're combining the two. We're combining not just mathematical operations now, but also adding variables. So that's how you combine the two.